You know, I'd always hoped that right before I died, my life would flash before my eyes and I would see wonderful things. But as I was hanging up there, I didn't really see much of anything. But I did see you.
Hi, welcome to What the Flick. I'm really happy today because my great friend Dave White is here. I'm Christy Lemire, and we are on our own little private island to talk to you about this weird little movie called Swiss Army Man, which came out last week. And the other day in the mail, this giant box came for me, and inside the giant box was this giant life-size Daniel Radcliffe corpse towel.
Is he that tall?
He is.
Is he as tall as a towel?
He is, because I held it up to myself standing up, and it's about my height, and he's maybe like 2 inches taller
They
than I
sent one
am.
to us too. It showed up in the big box and with the bag. There's a bag, a tote bag, and in the tote bag is the towel, and there's a whoopee cushion, and
Hopefully the towel does not also fart. So please tell us about this weird little movie called Swiss Army Man.
Okay, Swiss Army Man is from Daniel Scheinert. I'm probably killing his last name. I'm very sorry, dude. And Daniel Kwan. They call themselves Daniels. It stars Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe. Maybe I'm killing Dano's last name too.
No, it is Dano.
It
You're
is
right.
Dano?
Yes,
Okay.
that gets messed up a lot. You're right.
He's apparently, maybe, stranded on an island, very lonely, tries to kill himself. And in the process of failing to do that, failing to hang himself, he sees a body washed ashore. That body belongs to Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe is a dead person, and he has atomic farts. Immediately, Paul Dano mounts him and uses those atomic farts to propel him into the ocean as though he were on a jet ski.
Let's do a clip.
Okay.
People don't like other people's farts.
Is that why you don't fart in front of me?
I just like to do it alone. Or hold it in. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's so sad.
We sang and we danced, and it was beautiful. God, no. Well, don't be afraid.
So this is a really, really weird little movie, and I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, you were starting to describe it.
I was starting to tell you the whole plot.
But also, it's like this rough-hewn, magical realism mismatch buddy comedy.
Yeah.
And it's trying to do all these genres at once. And visually, it reminded me a lot of Beasts of the Southern Wild, in that there's some kind of magical, like tinkly, sparkly stuff to it, and you don't know what's real and what's not. That movie achieved that better. It achieved that mix of tones better. This I liked a lot. But it really is one extended fart joke when you come down to it. It really is. And I kind of appreciate the ambiguity of it. I mean, you don't really know what is actually happening, what's in Paul Dano's mind. I love Daniel Radcliffe all the time, no matter what he's doing. I love the weird choices he's made outside of Harry Potter. But this just tried to be a lot of things that it didn't end up achieving. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I too appreciate the ambiguity, particularly near the end, where you don't know exactly what's really supposed to be happening. And I also appreciate the visual vocabulary of Daniels, we will continue to call
Daniels, plural, yeah.
Those are the guys who made the music video for DJ Snake and Lil Jon's Turn Down for What?
Turn Down for What?
A favorite
Which
of yours, is it not?
a masterpiece.
A favorite of yours.
Just the most absurd body comedy kind of video. And this film shouts out to that video, actually, because at one point, Daniel Radcliffe's erection begins to do anything it pleases on its own, bounce around. And that is taken directly from the Turn Down for What video, in which breasts and buttocks and boners go out of control in a wildly comedic dance party as Lil Jon shouts nonsense.
Yes, his dick becomes a compass.
Yes,
Kind
and
of.
so I appreciate the wild visual component of this film. I appreciate the spirit of playfulness. And then it starts to try to teach us things.
Right. It's very feel good.
And I appreciate when someone wants to teach me about special feelings. I don't have very many of them myself, so when other people have them for me, I say, why don't you tell me about these special feelings that you have? Unfortunately, everywhere in pop culture, from Catcher in the Rye to Rebel Without a Cause to The Breakfast Club to The Fault in Our Stars, has given us a very adolescent understanding of human emotion and human behavior. And this film is, unfortunately, I believe, stuck in that same location. When Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club says, when you get old, your heart dies. And you're 15, you think, yeah, man, that's true. And then when you're my age, you're like, yes, it does. What else you got?
I feel like sometimes this movie is, I can't tell tonally whether it's making fun of whatever mental illness Paul Dano is suffering from, or wants us to think he's adorable for it. I can't, it can't decide, as far as I'm concerned, as far as viewing it, what they meant to do here with him and
I don't
his
think they
mental
were
state.
mocking his mental health issues, but he clearly has them.
Right.
And he has found this corpse and assigned all of his pain to it. And then the film, again, doesn't quite know how to pull itself out of that in any way that will make sense to a grown-up.
Or anyone.
I hate to keep saying this, but it's a very young-minded film, and I want these guys to keep going. I want these guys to keep making really wild visual, films. I also want them to become more mature screenwriters.
Yeah, there's a great deal of detail in the stuff that Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe create together on this island.
Yes.
And if we're going to
Very Michel Gondry-like.
I was about to say the exact same thing. If we're going to make comparisons, it's very Michel Gondry in like the sweet, kind of childlike, playful, but attention to detail. And it's cool looking, but then, right, like the third act, they go to a place physically, geographically, but also psychologically that they can't quite resolve. And I don't need to be totally satisfied and have things spelled out for me, whatever, but this just doesn't wrap things up in a way that even like works cohesively with everything that preceded it.
Not
right?
at all. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to say anymore because stuff happens that is incongruent. Is all I'm gonna say. But I liked it for a while, and it's fun, and it's again, I want to see what else they can do because there's great ambition and great ballsiness here.
And Daniel Radcliffe, let's give him credit.
And his corpse.
He is a great corpse. He is stiff and jerky and moves oddly and will contort himself into shapes, and it's very precise what he's doing. It's like he had to take a corpse choreography class.
Corpseography.
And he's really cool as this dead farting thing.
Yeah, and even though he does get to speak eventually, there is almost like a silent film quality to his performance because he has to convey so much with what he can and cannot do as his character evolves. So we are kind of mixed on this. What is your number?
I forget. What did I say?
You said 6.5.
You wrote it down already.
I did.
6.5. I want to. It's almost good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying 5.4, but at the same time, I always kind of want to tell you to see it at the same time. 5.4 would not necessarily suggest a recommendation, but
see it
but
with
it's
the
strange.
sound turned down.
It's strange and cool and different.
Put your fingers in your ears and see it.
But then they sing. You're going to miss them singing.
I don't need to hear them singing anymore.
All right, so our average is a 6, and it is at 62% on the tomato meter. So it will probably be someplace near you eventually. Bye.